most of the time disposed of indiscriminately without any regard to its effects on the environment. This situation has become so alarming that some quarters are calling for a total ban on the production, importation, and use of plastic bags and be replaced with more biodegradable material. However, government is not just ready yet for a total ban of plastics. This is according to the Minister of Environment, Parks and Wildlife, Fatunde Gay, who argues that any ban must not be instant but follow a process.
The ban of plastic bags, it is a process, and that process must follow sensitization, education, and then for the producers and the users themselves, they need to understand what the production and the use of plastic bags is doing to our communities. Then when we sensitize and educate producers and users and cultivate in them the understanding and the acceptance of the negative impacts the use of plastic bags is causing in our environment.
Government, she acknowledged, is equally concerned with the proliferation of plastics and has set up a task force to critically look at the situation in order to minimize its impact.
We are starting to look at alternatives, because we cannot also say we are banning plastics and we do not give the population an alternative. Wherever we ban, there should be a replacement. So we are at this point discussing and calculating, because it involves a lot of calculations. If I don't use plastics, if I use plastics, how much of greenhouse gas is emitted into the atmosphere? If I don't use plastic, I'm going to use paper bags. Okay, paper bags, how many trees am I going to fell to make those paper bags?
Perhaps one of the main reasons why plastics are indiscriminately used is because it is cheap to obtain, with the biggest costing only $2.
The users from the shops or the stalls should tag a price on plastics, because what you have said is very, very right. If I have whatever I buy, even if it is 25 bottles, tag on that price, it will be more valuable to you than whatever is given free of charge to you. And as a starting point, yes, it should be included in trying to tag. Let us stop giving out free plastic bags and tag a price on it.
The starting point in the management of waste, according to the Environment Minister, is to first and foremost control plastic bags.
Plastic bags are non-biodegradable. That means it can live into this environment of ours forever. And that means waste that is assured. We're assured that this waste is there. Some people burn plastic bags, but I don't know whether you have the experience or not, but plastics will never burn completely. And during the burning of those plastics, we're producing carbon monoxide. Carbon monoxide is not good for our health, and if it is contained in an enclosed area, it may even lead to death.
Equally of great importance to government is another form of waste that is easy to generate but difficult to manage or dispose. The Gambia is a popular destination for second-hand goods such as freezers and other items. These generate enormous amounts of hydrofluorocarbon substances that are harmful to the ozone layer.
Hydrofluorocarbons and chlorofluorocarbons. And these are the greenhouse gases that are emitted into the environment are measured in terms of carbon dioxide. Carbon dioxide, its warming potential is 1. But if you look at the warming potential of HFCs, those are the hydrofluorocarbons, and the CFCs, chlorofluorocarbons, they are many, many times more than carbon dioxide. And those are found in refrigerators.
Given their impact on the environment, government intends to control the importation of those refrigerators and vehicles whose lifespan have exceeded 10 years.
Many laptops are coming in, desktops, a lot, and their computers, of course, with the desktop. So we'll start by inventorizing where they're coming from, how often they bring them in, and the life the life of those at the time of bringing them in. That will help us go back to literature and find out what the exact effects, depending on the dates, they make, where they're coming from, and how long they last here.
Rural-urban migration is a familiar theme that has generated enormous debate within society. Now one writer has written a book on the subject, exploring the trials and tribulations of a young man who left his village to look for work in the city, only to realize that it is not all milk and honey. The Worn-Out Dream is the title of the book written by Demba Cissé. But as we hear in this report, it is a must-read for everyone. It is often the subject of great discussion among policymakers and has been such an important one that enormous resources have been invested to lessen its ramifications on national development. Rural-urban migration is as old as the nation itself, as it has defined the very fabric and makeup of Gambian society. Many discourses have been written on rural-urban drift from the general point of view, but a new book written on the subject now explores the phenomenon more closely, bringing readers in touch with a journey undertaken by hundreds or perhaps thousands of young people throughout the Gambia. The Worn-Out Dream is written by Demba Cissé, an administrator at the National Drug Enforcement Agency, but who has also taught for over a decade. The book was launched Friday at the Baobab Holiday Resort before a packed audience of intellectuals, friends, and family members.
I'm indeed delighted that you turn up to our call. I do hope that we shall together reflect the crucial subject matter that I have tried to capture in this novel, The Worn-Out Dream.
This launching, according to the author, will no doubt help people understand rural-urban drift, which is a common feature of Gambian life.
The launching of a book is like the birth of a child. It is not only, a child is not only an addition to a family, but a significant one for that matter, and a sweet one for that matter. I do hope that this book would be a significant addition to the blossoming literature of tried to capture in this story are of universal concern to us Gambians.
The book looks at the life of a young school leaver, Omar, who migrates to the city in the hope of getting a job